prisoner on a ship experience.
My name is Ronan. And my name is Alex. You join us here in Naha, Okinawa,
in Japan for our MSC Bellissima Asia cruise. We've got 3 ports on this trip, 2 other islands in Japan, and we are heading to Keelung, which is Taipei in Taiwan. So do come along and let's see what this MSC cruise is like over here in Asia.
hello, come in to room 8069 on MSC Bellissima. So as you come in, we've got some information about what's happening today. Oh, it's just purely for today. That's good. But there's opening hours of the different kind of dining places available. And then, what's this? Oh, it's basically saying if you need any help because you're a Voyagers Club member, then basically to let them know. Shall we? Are you going to do the bathroom? Yeah. Ronan's going to do the bathroom. I'll do the main room then. So come into the main room. We've got twin bedroom. I'd say they're quite narrow beds, aren't they? But again, that might be a cruise ship thing. If you come over to here, we've got a bottle of, I'm guessing this is water, although it's not really labelled, so I'm assuming it's water. Oh, we've just closed the window. We don't need to see the mucky window. We've got English tea and green tea, but no coffee, so I think that just goes to show, I guess, who goes to show kind of what sort of market this cruise is kind of aimed at. I've got a kettle.
Didn't have a kettle in the last one.
No, although look at that, like it's black. Don't know.
Burn that looks like.
How do you burn a kettle?
Well, it gets hot and then there's not enough water. So
Oh.
put on with a little water.
A box of tissues, which we didn't have in the last one.
Quite a good idea.
Yeah. This Zoe thing. Shall I press it? Oh. Personal device. What does it do?
I think you just use it as a speaker.
Hello?
Connettività di rete persa.
Oh, it's in Italian.
Si prega di controllare.
Hello? Oh, no idea how. But I think you probably can't tell very well. But that looks really grotty. I think it might just be the material that's on it, but not so great. Look, looks wise, we've got cups, 2 cups for cold drinks, and then an ice bucket, and then 2 mugs, and then this window is really filthy. So see if it gets really choppy, and I'm hoping it doesn't get choppy, or they just haven't cleaned it in a while. So I'm hoping it's the latter. So that's that. Onto the bed area. We've got this storage cabinet. There's no sockets actually on this side. So let's try and see. Oh, hello. Oh, Ronan's just pointed out that there is USB. The standard USB, 1 socket on this side. Don't know if I like that, if that's just a gimmick or not, but what's that one do? Okay, nice. Bit of mood lighting. Right, what else can we show you? The TV, one over there. Got a pair of slippers. Is there a socket on this side? I don't think there will be, no, but there is USB, standard USB again. And let's see how much wardrobe space we have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hangers. And they are the hangers. I'm pretty sure on Seascape, they're the ones that you couldn't nib. Oh, hello. I'm pretty sure on MSC Seascape, they had coat hangers, but they were the ones that you couldn't nick. So good that they've got proper coat hangers, because hopefully you'll be able to hang them up in the shower if you've not ironed your clothes. Although I don't know what that is. Have a look at that. Oh, anyway, but plenty of storage for our cruise because we're doing 4 nights. I'll just close that. What's this side of this? Okay, so we've got safe with instructions, and then some places down here to store certain things. I mean, I don't know what that is, but look, it's like clearly something that's like glue or something, but it doesn't look particularly great. I don't. If you just come over here and show the viewers.
Oh, that's where it's watered. Where it's got someone's put wet clothes in, so it's in like the paint part.
So that's the room. Actually, is there anything else I can show you? Oh, air conditioning, which is either hot or cold. Oh, there we go. We've got cold. Students' makeup room. You need to make sure you have your key card in so the electrics work. And free coat hooks. I think that's about it for the room. Now we're going to go over to the bathroom with Ronan.
So as Alex just said that, I'm going to be giving you the bathroom tour. So here we go. Let's look in the bathroom. Supposedly these are quite big bathrooms for cruise ships. There's going to be a lot of noise in here because there's the air vent. But you've just got your standard shower, your MSC shower gel, normal size shower. Towels here, 4 towels. What I do like is there's plenty of storage in here to put stuff, so you can put lots of storage up and lots of items. But yeah, typical cruise toilet. Noting that's a little bit disappointing, but
What's that underneath it?
oh, it's to stop. I think that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's the bathroom tour. Very quick. But as you can tell, we've gone up in the world since our last cruise because we were in interior room. So now we've got an ocean view, and then hopefully, come our next video about a cruise ship, you will be able to see what a balcony looks like, and then hopefully next year it'll be a yacht. So it'll be nice when these are cleaned, if they ever get cleaned.
So here's me, just finished washing my hands. Not sure why Ronan included this, but anyway, let's continue with our walk around the ship. They had a welcome on board cake, which was okay. It was squirty cream, so nothing wow. Food offerings in the buffet were brilliant. There was a wide selection of different options. Here we go. Here's just a fruity alcoholic beverage to get us started. Here's a pool area in the day, as you could tell. There wasn't too busy as the ship was in port, and here's a pool area at night. There were 2 bar areas next to the pool and a couple of hot tubs as well, but they did get busy. And here's the Sky Lounge. This is a adult only venue. I don't believe it's always adult venue on other ships, which was nice, and I guess what I'd say exclusive to adults. And they also had entertainment on in the evenings as well, and I think at some points during the day. So there's a nice kind of more premium atmosphere in there compared to the other areas of the ship. And as you can tell, definitely this part of the world get up when there's an opportunity to do so, to dance.
So continuing on with that entertainment theming, the general shows that were free to use, competitions and all of that was absolutely great. Some really great entertainment on board. Although there was one venue where you had to pay to go to watch anything, and I didn't really like that. It felt a little bit cheap.
So here we are on day 2. As you can see, we're still on the boat. We've not left Naha yet due to some engine issues. Now, in terms of the actual information on board around kind of the issue, it's been rather limited. We've not heard from the captain at all. Not even a welcome announcement since getting on yesterday at 7 o'clock. It's now 3 o'clock on the Saturday, and the staff down at the guest relations desk downstairs are doing their best, but it's essentially they can't do anything more because they're waiting for further information from their seniors, and according to them, they're not going to have any further updates until, by the sounds of it, tomorrow morning now. So the port call today has already been cancelled, and the call after that is Taipei, which, I guess going full speed, it's going to take a day at sea to get there now, and by the sounds of it, we're not going to be going there tonight. So I guess if we stay on the boat, that's probably a day at sea, Taipei for a day, and then a day at sea on the way back. So essentially it's 3 days on a boat, essentially. The other poor thing as well, so they knew about these issues last night, and they've only just, in the past couple of hours, put on a bus to the town centre of Naha. But that finishes at 5:30, so you've only got probably about an hour to 2 hours there. If you were ready to get off the ship there, we had to get ready, and it's to be fair, probably not worth our time going into the centre to come back again. But yeah, not so great so far, but we do have drinks this evening with the people who, I don't know who goes to it, but it's part of the MSC Voyagers club membership-y thing that Ronan has. They'll all be there, so hopefully we can get some answers then.
Yeah, so as Alex just said, we are still stuck at Naha port. Really sort of, I would class it as sort of shambolic. It was just that they had to wait until they spoke to their seniors, and it appears they're waiting for head office in Europe to advise on what compensation can be offered. We've travelled all the way from Europe. Most people in here are around from Asia, so I guess it's not too bad to just sort of come on a cruise and then go home. We've travelled sort of 12 hours to Tokyo and then a couple of hours down to here. So yeah, a little bit of a shame. We're going to show you around the cruise, but yeah, in my view, it's a bit of a shame, a downer in the holiday, and we'll show you more about the cruise. So back from us complaining to the ship. So this is the main atrium area, absolutely fantastic with that massive screen overhead that changes images. There's coffee shops, chocolate shops here, and some duty free.
So Ren and I were just thinking, actually, shall we get the bus into town because we've actually got nothing else to do really. And then we came up to the upper decks just to see, I guess, what the queue was like. And oh my gosh, look at it down there. I mean, they are taxis, but I think when you're stuck here, when you shouldn't be stuck here, I mean, I think they've got 2 buses on, which for a cruise ship of this size, I think it can carry up to at least 4,500 people. You'd think they'd put more than 2 coaches on.
So what's the time now? I haven't got my phone, so we're coming up at 10 to 7, and we're still on the cruise ship. We just had an announcement by the cruise director that we're being moved to another part of the port. Basically, it's to get out of the way because obviously tomorrow there's another ship coming into the cruise terminal. But yeah, it's basically a floating prison at this moment in time. So we're sort of 10 to 7, no further information, no word on compensation. And in all honesty, I think if they'd have said, oh, we're going to give you back 75% of the cruise fare in a voucher and some money in a refund, I'd probably be able to have a nice time. But now I'm just thinking that my annual leave's being wasted and just a lack of information really. So at the moment we are a disaster at sea.
Okay, it's still Saturday night and we're still stuck in the port of Naha. We're just walked past the excursions desk and they are basically advertising excursions in Keelung, which is where we should be tomorrow, although again, by the sounds of it, we are still going to be here tomorrow in Naha. And then also the island on the return after visiting Keelung as well is being advertised here. And now we think this is a little bit distasteful on the basis that I guess at least one of these probably isn't going to happen to make sure the ship gets back in time for the start of the next cruise on Tuesday next week.
So we are up at deck 18 for the MSC Voyager Club event, which you're invited to if you are a status holder for MSC. We're on deck 18, which is one below the top deck, so do come along and let's see what the cruise director has to say about the kerfuffle of yesterday and today.
The event was held in a partitioned area of the Sky Lounge. I mean, it wasn't really exclusive, in all honesty, and we were promptly offered drinks, which were nice, although I was offered champagne, which turned out to be apple juice, and oh, there were stale crisps as well.
Ships in the near future, but for now, continue to にお越しいただきました。皆様には何度もMSC クルーズをお選び。
So yeah, we've just been to the desk now that the cruise has officially been cancelled. Once again, refunds has been offered, so it's a full refund pending the letter. But then they were saying, oh, they can't offer any compensation above that sort of no goodwill gesture, and they just said, oh, would you like a speciality dining? No, thank you, because we would like to do the rest of our holiday. So I'm now waiting for someone that's more senior to come over to have a chat, and hoping it will have a better outcome other than the full refund. So we'll see what they say.
So we're now on the Monday. We did have an update on, I think it was actually Saturday now. I can't remember what the last update was in the video, but essentially a full refund on the cruise, 50% off what we paid for this one on our next cruise, and we can stay on the boat until tomorrow, Tuesday. I'm not sure what time. I imagine maybe we stay on until 7 in the morning when we're due to get off anyway. I think entertainment, I mean, I guess they're giving us a full refund, so it's kind of, I guess, a bit difficult to complain, but the kind of the free show in the theatre last night was cancelled due to technical difficulties, although I imagine it was just maybe because they didn't want to run it, I think. But anyway, that's what they didn't say that. And with the majority of people getting on board in Taiwan, they've arranged flights. I mean, we're hearing the announcements, they've arranged flights for them, and they aim to get everyone home within the next 48 hours if they boarded in Keelung. So that's, I think, pretty good that they've actually been able to put people back on flights. But yeah, we're here on day whatever it is now. We're going to go to the aquarium. So we've rented a car and drive up to the north part of the island to see what that's like there. So we've been to the Sea Life Centre today, and we've been able to come back and park our car on the boat port area, I think, which is really good.
So this is the TV studio and bar. They normally do karaoke here. This was a Asian karaoke, so me and Alex didn't get too involved as can't speak the lingo. Master of the Sea is sort of a pub vibe. Not really a fan of it, but it's okay. So here we are on board for our final night on MSC Bellissima. We're here in the Butcher's Cut, which is a steak restaurant, and we're just waiting for our wine to come now, which is normally a paid-for restaurant. We do get it for free as a Diamond member.
So I absolutely love the bacon and cheese bread, and actually we ordered more of it because it was so nice. Here's the prawn salad, lots of prawn there. Here's the steak, which comes with 4 sauces, all very nice. We ordered some additional sides as well. Service in here is so much better than the buffet, but of course you do have to pay extra for this this restaurant normally. And there was a chocolate melt in the middle pudding cake thing, which was also very nice.
So we were actually invited to another diving party. I think this was because the cruise was cancelled, so it's to make us feel better for ourselves. But yeah, here we are. There was some champagne and some sort of peach juice, I believe. It was all very nice, but again, I think they should have held the actual diamond party here.
To health, happiness, and many more MSC cruises, Italian style. Salute! Goodbye, cheers!
She'll come back round now. Oh no, maybe not this one.
Yesterday we had a letter placed on our beds, and that invited us to a captain's kind of drinks at 9:30. It was casual wear, so we thought we'd go to that. So it consisted of a couple of acts, which were okay, and they came around with it was either champagne or some sort of fruit juice. And the cruise director and the translators were there, although the captain was nowhere to be seen. So it was a bit kind of misleading saying it was a captain's kind of evening drinks when the captain wasn't even there. I guess it's a bit like seeing Santa Claus and only one of his elves was available. So a bit kind of, I mean, especially given all the issues we've had as well, it's kind of a bit like, well, like, if it was kind of drinks with the cruise director, then that would have been, I don't think we probably would have gone actually, in all honesty. Anyway, to sum up the cruise, from start to finish, check-in process was an absolute breeze compared to Miami. It took us probably about 10 to 15 minutes once we'd checked our documents and issued our cruise cards. When we came on the ship, you come into the, I don't know what it's called, but the main kind of strip where you've got the shops, and you've got this screen thing above your head, which is really impressive, and they did some cool stuff last night. I don't know, can't remember what it was, but it was quite cool with whatever they had up on the screen above you. In terms of food on board, I mean, it's MSC, so it's been generally okay, quite nice. The buffet has got quite busy when everyone was on board. So maybe avoid the busier times if you can, or eat in the specialty restaurant, which obviously do cost a little bit more, but they were rather quiet during our time on the boat. So if you want to go somewhere a bit quieter, then maybe it might be worth paying a bit extra and having food in there. Entertainment on board has been, I mean, they have a London theatre, and the production company there, I mean, we've gone to 2 or 3 shows, and in my view I think they've been quite good in terms of overall quality, and yeah, I found them personally quite entertaining. So that was probably definitely one of the highlights, I think, one of the selling points. Other than that, entertainment, apart from the evenings, I think has been quite limited for us. I mean, there has been a few things on for kids, so that might be more. I mean, if you've got kids, then that might be perfect for you. But because we've been kind of docked up in the port, we've kind of found ourselves not really having much to do, especially when we couldn't get off the boat on the first couple of days due to the technical issues with the engine propulsion system. So yeah, entertainment, very good in the evening, less so throughout the day. And I guess probably the final points are, I guess, the room and the staff. So the room, we've gone for an ocean view room. Room itself is, it's a typical size for a cruise ship. Not really any quibbles there. Although the window is really, really dirty, so I don't know why they couldn't have cleaned that. Maybe they knew we weren't going to depart anyway, but it's got ingrained dirt on the window, so it doesn't look particularly great. But yeah, other than that, the room was perfectly adequate for 4-night cruise. What else? Oh, and then I guess finally staff. So staff on board have been generally quite friendly. We've not had any issues. You probably won't get service, or the service will be lacking in the buffet area when it's a lot during busier times, although I think that's probably expected given the amount of people in there. I'd say compared to the cruise we did earlier in the year from Miami, I'd say the staff probably on board this are probably less proactive, but I think if you kind of ask them, and then you'll get what you want. So if you ask, you'll get what you need. So just a little comment really. And I know that was meant to be my final point, but I think just to go back to the technical issues that we had. So Friday we boarded and we didn't leave the port at 7 o'clock when we should have. We had no announcement from the captain until I think it was the next day in the evening, or it might have even been the Sunday. So we've not heard from him, we've not seen him at all. I don't know where he's hiding. Must have just kind of gone back to bed. But their initial response to that I thought was quite poor. There was a lack of information around what was going to happen. We just felt like we were prisoners on a floating hotel because we couldn't get off until Saturday afternoon when they said, oh yeah, we're now going to run buses to the town centre from 2 o'clock, and then the last bus is at 5:30. So it only probably gave you about 2 hours and a half if you were fully ready to get off the boat. So yeah, before that wasn't particularly great. But that evening when they announced that there was going to be a full refund for everyone, and then half price, well, whatever you paid for this cruise, basically 50% of that you can use towards your next cruise with MSC, which we thought was very good. And they've allowed us to stay on board until today, which is Tuesday. So we've just been using it as a floating hotel, floating all-inclusive hotel with entertainment and everything. So yeah, bit disappointed that we didn't get to see the islands, but again, we've kind of had a free 4 nights all-inclusive hotel. So yeah, it's not the end of the world, although yeah, it would have been nice to see those islands. Ronan, over to you.
So as Alex was just saying, this is our end of our prisoner on a ship experience. That is a little bit of an exaggeration, but no, we boarded Friday. As Alex said, check-in experience was incredibly smooth. It made Miami look like amateurs, and actually in my view, it should be the opposite way around. Miami sees thousands of ships probably a year, or sailings a year, and that was totally a shambles at check-in. Here, it was really smooth. People seemed to know what they were doing, plenty of staff, and it's not like this is a low economic area where you can't afford loads of sort of staff for cheap. Staff are going to be sort of a reasonable cost, and they had plenty of them. Heading onto the boat, as Alex said, they did try and upsell everything when you boarded initially, which was okay because we thought we were going on a cruise, so we sort of just said we're not one of those people that will sign up to stuff, but the clientele on here, they seem to enjoy signing up to certain things. Looking over at the room, as you'd have seen in our previous clips, The room is of an adequate size, ocean view. It was a shame about all the sea salt on the window. Clearly there'd been a lot of sea spray throughout the previous cruise that just caused it to build up on the window, but it would have been nice to have that cleaned, and I think if we had sailed, it would have been something I'd have asked them to clean, but seeming that we didn't end up going anywhere and we ended up stranded on Naha, I didn't bother. So looking at when we first heard about the issue on the Friday. On the Friday, we were meant to have departed at about 1900. They even did a blast of the horn, and we thought, oh, here we go, we're off. But no, we weren't. No, nothing was really said apart from there was a technical difficulty and they were working on it. So we went to bed, we woke up the next morning, looked out the window, it was the same view of a port. So that was a bit of a shame. Again, it was very limited information, and this is what I didn't like. Maybe it's just what they do so people don't ask too many questions, but it would have been nice for the captain to come on and explain that there was an engine propulsion issue. This is what they were doing to try and rectify it, but all we were told, we were sort of fobbed off, I would say, that would be the correct word. Looking then onto the Saturday evening, it was then announced that we weren't going anywhere again and we could get off. They offered us, as we would have told you before, about what alternative arrangements there would have been for the city, which I didn't think was really that great. Once they'd said it was a full refund, 50% future cruise credit, that did sort of relieve me, and I could start to try and enjoy the break. A lot of people on here would have only come a couple of hours away, so if you're based in the UK, this is kind of like Spain, and if you're based in America, this is like going down to Cancun from certain parts of the States. It's not that far. For me and Alex, this is a really long way to come for a cruise, and we really wanted to see Taiwan and the other islands. I guess this does give us an excuse to come back here, maybe in nicer weather, because today, the weather today, if you look, it's a beautiful day here in Naha. And to be honest, it is a beautiful place, and it's somewhere that I would recommend people to visit. But no, so we decided then to head out and rent a car. So once we got the car, we explored the island. But talking about the food on board, I preferred the food on here than our previous cruise in America. It was nice to have Taiwanese, Japanese, Western cuisine. It made it feel a little bit more adventurous. Going over to Butcher's Cut last night, again, great service. I think the word I would use for staff on here is reserved. They're a lot more reserved than they were on the Seascape. Maybe that's due to the clientele they have on here. But like Alex said, if you asked, you got given it. So not too many complaints. I think for me, summing this cruise up, it's been a shame we've used it as a floating all-inclusive hotel. It would have been nice to go and explore the other islands and Taiwan, but that, as I said, gives us an excuse to head back to Asia in the next couple of years to try and do all of this. But that's for me, that's all what I want to talk about. And I think if you have enjoyed this video, please do click the subscribe button, or wherever it's going to be. Do click the like button, and if you do enjoy our videos, do click that bell icon, and do let us know, what would you have done if you'd have been stuck and held prisoner on a cruise ship?